first of the important things. Our fans were unbelievable. The whole day was maybe my greatest day at Michigan State. The marketing crew did an unbelievable job this morning. Just the way the whole thing went. During the game, they tried to keep us in it, even though we didn't try to keep ourselves in it. So, being coached very good, and I think it was officiated very well, and I think we played very well. But our fans were maybe the best, so hopefully that's good things to come. You know, it's shoot 25%, 19% in the last 5 games from 3, and they hit 50%. We're shooting 77%, and we really shoot about 30 because we missed 3 front ends out of 1 and 1, so we're really 8 for 25. But maybe the most disappointing thing was our rebounding. You know, I've been telling you that we have not rebounded the ball very well as far as defensively, and the other team gets 20 offensive boards against us. And the effort of that, I just don't have enough bodies to keep putting people in because I've been pulling some people. And I thought they did a great job of getting every loose ball, coming and put every loose ball. That late one when we were up 2 and had them and scrambled around and had the ball and got loose. They picked it up and hit a 3. It was probably a killer, but I did a very good job getting my team ready to play, and I knew it the way we practiced this week. I told them, and so that should fall on me, not them. So any questions, I'll take them.
Tom, free throw shooting over here, your left, 8 of 22.
8 of 25, I missed 3 front ends and 1 on 1. Okay, go ahead.
Would you address that, please?
Yeah, you know, we addressed it all year. Shot free throws at night, shot free throws early in the morning. We're shooting 77%. And sometimes that rains and pours. You know, we make any free throws early, or we don't give up 13 offensive rebounds in the first half, maybe we're up 10. So, you know, we got what we deserve. Free throw shooting, I can't say we deserve that. The effort-related rebounding, that I think we deserve that.
Tom, the defense that McQuaid had on Langford early, he picked up the 3rd and 4th fouls. How big of a factor was that?
It was a big factor. I think, you know, Winston did a pretty good job on Mary Henry for a while, then he lost him on last 2 guys on 3s, and I think our youth showed there. And McQuaid is the best, and when he got in foul trouble, had to sit on the bench. That really hurt us, but just not enough bodies, any experience, and so you know, I think it also helped them that they got Davis back, but more importantly, Devontae Green, who was their 2nd best 3-point shooter on paper, and he played awfully well.
On the rebounding, do you see that as totally an effort thing, or do you see anything else contributing to it?
No, I see it totally an effort thing, and we don't work on it. We play win ball now. We just, you know, we're so afraid of the injuries and everything that totally falls. There's no excuse for anybody but me. That's a coaching. I said Thursday we did not have very good practice. Our practice is very physical, and so that falls on me, and that'll change.
Tom, offensively, some of the struggles that you had, particularly in the first half, was that you or them or a combination?
I think they did a pretty good job, but we got the ball into Nick, and we just missed some shots. We got the ball into Xavier, and he made some shots, but you know what? You know, Arnie has just started to come back and practice, you know, and he missed some good shots, and you know, we probably, as always, played Cash's too many minutes, but you know, Aaron's not a shooter, so that's what he's working on. He's trying to get better at it, and we just yeah, we have some offensive struggles because in my mind we're missing 2 guys, and you know, Kyle's just coming back, practiced a little bit both days, but not where he needs to be effective in the Big Ten.
Anything else, guys?
Early in the game, it seemed like they were dropping guys back quite a bit. How much did they take you guys out of the break in terms of what they were doing? And how much of it was the rebounding?
Well, when you don't rebound, you don't break. You know, they get 13 offensive boards, you don't break. So I don't think they took us out of it. I thought we had some plays, he had some chances. I thought we took it out of it. And I don't know, you know, Nick, I mean, Nick's been shooting really good from the line. He's been rebounding pretty good. He's just had a bad day, you know, and but, you know, we made some mistakes. I mean, we come out of a timeout. We're to make sure the right guys are taking threes. And we have guys taking a three that are shooting, you know, 8%. So we just did some uncharacteristic things. But feel bad because in my mind, I know when we lost the game, it wasn't in the game. And that's what players are going to have to learn and realize that, you know, you are everybody's big game. And I spoke about it last night. I spoke about it this morning. Only because we didn't practice good. And practice good, you usually don't play good. We're in such a state now where everybody's worried about everybody getting hurt, everybody being tired, everybody this and everybody that. Don't feel sorry for us. We got what we deserve.
Did that surprise you? I mean, you've had a team that's shown a lot of sweat equity throughout the year and been big in big moments and seem to have sort of a veteran edge to parts
Yeah,
of the
that did surprise me. Surprised me Thursday. That's what surprised me. But at the same time, you know, we're going to wear down a little bit. You know, Cash is going to wear down. We got to, you know, you got to have, just don't have the bodies with the experience that we need, you know, and maybe we'll have to change our style a little bit to accommodate for that. But, yeah, I mean, you've never seen us get out rebounded like we have the last 5-6 games. You know, it's been too many offensive, even though we're out rebounding teams until today. And the offensive rebound's been 16, 18, 12, 15. And that means the defense, you know, here again, we hold the team to 38%. You know, you should win 90% of your games if you hold a team to 38%. But when you miss technically 16, 17 free throws and you give up 20 offensive boards, you're not going to do it.
Too, I know you talked about Matt and how important he is defensively, but you need more offensive. I mean, he only took 3 shots.
Yeah.
Is that just a product of defense, or is it? How would you explain that tonight?
You know what? I would say that's a product of us not doing a good enough job getting the ball. A couple of times I thought he was open, didn't shoot the ball, and probably wearing down defensively. He put so much into his defense. We talked 2 or 3 times in the huddle that he wasn't running his lane, wasn't getting you know, shots that I think he can get. He got one wide open 3 just by running, and we didn't do that very often. But we had our chances inside, so we went inside more. We just missed some shots, you know. And I thought Nick was uncharacteristic, trying to put the ball on the floor and be a guard for a while there in the first half, and we got him down low in the second half. We got X down in there in the first half. He scored it pretty well, and but give Indiana credit, they sagged off certain guys, played certain guys one way or another, and geez, guys, if we get a couple of rebounds and we make any free throws, we win the game. You know, we didn't play great, but we win the game, and that's the name of the game. We're not going to win every game by 15 points. We're not that talented, but we are good enough to win a game when you shoot like that from the free throw line. That's almost worse than a turnover because it's depressing. But it happens. Nobody did it on purpose. Nobody did it any other way.
Tom, right here. You talked about seeing the signs early that maybe a performance like this was coming. Do you think was any of that, would you attribute that to them overlooking Indiana, just given their losing streak? And I know you know what that looks like when the team overlooks them. I don't know if that was a factor at all, or if it was more
I went over
internal
that, though.
things.
You know, I went over that. I showed them how they've lost 5 games on the road. And then they lost a couple games at home to some pretty good teams. Nebraska and Michigan, I think it was, and Nebraska, you know, had their full allotment then, and they were pretty good then. And so, I don't know if we overlooked them. That'd be a good question. question to ask them. I don't think so. I know we didn't as a staff. We said that, you know, you come in here on game day and you get a chance to make up for those 7 losses in a row by beating a ranked team, and you know, just I'm disappointed that we disappointed myself, and that's what I'm disappointed. No players, just so I'll do a better job. Maybe I'll get things back on track.
Last one here at Rico.
Tom, what was the explanation they gave you for the flag foul?
You know what? I'll be honest with you. If it cost me $20,000, $10,000, I wouldn't give a damn. I did not like the way the game. I mean, there were some charges, there were some things. The consistency with this hooking thing to me is off the charts. I mean, one time it is, one time it isn't. But that's our fault too. All the officials are going to do is call it the way that the Coaches Association wants it. You know, one guy gets injured, so now, I mean, guys are going to wrap their arms. I mean, I personally, you know, we get pegged as a physical team because we used to be one. We're not a very physical team right now, and tonight we got out physical. They got every loose ball. They got all the rebounds. They banged us around inside, but I thought the consistency was terrible. But hard to complain when the coaching didn't do my job. So I'll just stick right and do my job. And again, you can write all the negative things you want because I deserve it, but make sure you realize that game day came here. They only go to 8 places a year. And our fans and our marketing department, I don't know, just did an unbelievable job. It was a great event. And fans took it right to the 6 o'clock game. The only one that didn't take it there was us. Everybody else did their job. We didn't do ours. Anyone else?